gonna talk about hair. Make sure your hair looks right. Yes.
Right.
Okay. And we're gonna be talking about hair and looking crooked.
Okay, guys, let's just get into it. I wanted us to talk about hair because I feel like in our society, you know, hair is one of those things that we're either celebrating or debating or something like that. And I just wanted to talk about, like, talk about your hair and your journey with hair. Like, how can you relate to this topic?
Honestly, my journey with hair, well, from when I was like 7, my hair was permed, okay? And I've had permed hair up until I was 25. And it was like, and it was like a constant thing of like when it grows out a little bit, I'm freaking out, and I gotta
take out that
I gotta lay it back, and it's like I learned to perm my own hair because of it. 'Cause I couldn't always afford to go to the salon, and I realized after that I went natural is that like I would say that I was hiding my natural hair. I've never actually seen my natural hair until I was 25, if that makes sense.
Wow.
Because my mom would do my hair when I was younger, so I wouldn't actually know how to do it myself. And when I got older, it was like, oh, I took out some weave, perm. I took out some braids, perm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I feel like I was hiding my hair. I don't know. I don't really know why that is.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Is there a reason why you thought you were doing that?
I thought I was trying to make it more manageable, maybe, like having straight laid hair, permed hair.
The idea of natural, like what anything was.
I was cringing
but you also
at the idea of
like,
my natural hair.
But you have to consider like society too, from when we were that age to now.
Yeah.
Like there's been a huge transition.
Yeah,
especially with black hair as to what's hot or what's, you know what I mean, what's popping right now. But then also like there wasn't a lot of tools and knowledge about manageable hair, natural manageable hair. At least I remember at our age, like, not that I feel like our parents also weren't really thought like about how to manage natural hair, so they put us in braids or they put us in whatever it was, cornrows, whatever it was.
Because the thought behind especially relaxed hair when we're younger, it's manageable. I don't have to brush your hair in the morning. You know, I don't have to spend hours at it. I can just slick it in a bun or slick it into pom-poms and go.
And it's considered like more clean, more professional, more tamed.
Or it was.
And this is like it was, but then you also see like certain kids like Blue Ivy, for example. People are still getting at Beyonce. Why aren't you brushing up her hair in ponytail? She looks untamed. So I feel like that hasn't really changed, progressed. But I feel like what has progressed is we know more about natural hair now. Yeah. And I feel like it's more accepted and looked at more as like
on
nice.
social media and stuff like that.
Can I just say, sorry, I interrupted the wall, y'all. Can I just say that I feel like black hair is accepted and celebrated usually when either it's long and it's full. I feel like when your hair is not long, shout out to Miss Universe.
Yeah.
But when do I feel like there's a time frame?
I feel like
because we have Wakanda now.
No, but I feel like even now,
Olivia Davises, we have the
but
you know
I
what
would
I mean?
say even if you say short hair is cute or short hair is nice, I've seen a lot of like girls do the waves and stuff like that. Like it looks like nice. Afro, but like I still feel like if your hair is longer than short or awkward length, if it's not full, it's not as celebrated as my girl who actually has 4C curly, like actual curls. I think the big thing about us, even if we love nappy, hair, kinky. Is the curlier, kinky. I feel like the curlier, the better. You know what I mean? And personally, I have weird hair. I feel like my hair is, my natural hair is like it's thin and it curls still, but it's not like that voluminous.
So you're saying that there's a more accepted curl pattern?
Absolutely.
Because we all, as black girls, we all have a certain curl pattern, but you're saying that the society is more accepting of one who has the other.
So like even the 4C women, like people think, oh no, I'm talking about the 4C women. Like I'm talking about the women who have really like huge hair, like we celebrate that, or we're starting to celebrate that, we're put, edge control in it and put edge control around your baby hairs and then put like some gel in your hair and like accentuates the curls that you have. But when you have like a weird curl pattern or your hair is not all that thick.
What's the thing though, right now what we're learning is, I think what's being celebrated is just black, like healthy black hair, right? I understand where you're coming from. Like your hair is thin and it has some curls, some straight and stuff like that. But it might just need to get to its healthiest point, right? Not to say that your hair is horrible or it's ugly and it can't be celebrated, but you want to celebrate something to its full potential, right? So when like if something is like curly and full of whatever, we're just celebrating to its full potential. I think another thing we can also talk about is relaxed hair versus natural hair and the notion and things that have changed. For some people, it's still true. The fact that people think that straight hair is better. Some people think that, you know, straight hair looks more acceptable, more professional in the workplace versus kinky, I was going to say nappy. kinky, you know, voluptuous hair. And, you know, do you necessarily need to have, you know, your edges tamed?
I feel like edges, no matter what, natural, not natural,
they need to be tamed.
They need to be tamed. No, but they don't need to. It's a trend, right? It's what everyone's doing. It looks better that way. She said they need to be tamed,
guys. Okay, then
it's just a
no.
There's things that are just facts.
Like you said, it's just a trend.
Now that we have knowledge of what's exactly in, you know, the creamy cracks in the relaxer, it's chemicals.
It is chemicals,
right? And people that still do it, you know, they say there's healthier ways to perm your hair and stuff like that to kind of still protect your hair. If that's what you do, that's great. But the truth about it is that there's like the same chemicals that's in relaxer is the same chemical that can unclog a drain.
Oh wow!
And then when you bring back the fact that, you know, it used to be done back then, you know, it's
because
not something,
they saw our hair as ugly. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like once that hits you, it's like. I'm not saying for people who perm your hair, you know what I mean? You're accepting the fact that you think your hair is ugly, but just like how Deborah said, that affected the way she looked at her hair. She permed her hair because she didn't like how her hair looked. And that mentality has been rooted in our history.
It's not even not liking it. It's not even knowing how it looks because, you know, I kind of grew up that way. I didn't know it was bad.
And it's foreign
But when I grew up, when I started doing my own hair,
it wasn't beautiful.
It wasn't. For me, natural hair wasn't beautiful until recently when I went natural and realized just how much I can do with my hair when it's natural. You know what I mean?
The important thing that I wanted to bring up in the fact that she brought up history is the fact that something was maybe put on our culture to manage our hair, but it's a deadly chemical. Like when you think of history, like when you just think about that, I think that was powerful, the fact that she brought that up. It was brought on by people who wanted to change who we are, but it's actually damaging us. It's not to make our hair longer or anything like that. It's to make it convenient for other people. And I think
it carried on through years. And they don't even know where it came from.
Physically and mentally.
We took that on as if we knew.
We took it in years and years and years and years. Without even realizing. It's not your parents that are teaching you this. This is years and years of history of, you know, the oppressor basically telling us that we are not beautiful if our hair isn't like theirs.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's reverse the roles. Do we feel that it's okay for other cultures, or let's say like white people or white ladies, that maybe put braids in their hair? Do we feel like braids are only for black girls?
No.
Or cornrows are only for black girls? Or that there should be some sort of
respect?
No, you know what? For me, I don't think it's a problem. I just think you need to respect the people that, you know, you got it from. I think it's not so much about what other cultures are doing. It's about what they might say. Like, have you guys ever gotten a situation where you have your hair done one day and tomorrow it's different, and they come to you like, oh my God, did you cut your hair? Or they want to touch it, or they want to analyze the inside of it. That's what I personally don't like. It's when you don't respect that who I am and how I do my hair, and then you want to go and can copy it, but you don't actually respect it. You kind of want to analyze, how is that possible? They don't always have to be understood.
So can I ask you this? What shows you that your white friend having cornrows
is acceptable? What makes it acceptable?
Yeah, what makes it acceptable, or what shows you that person is respecting the culture or respecting that hairstyle?
We're talking about a friend or a stranger?
Let's say a stranger, like, because you're saying that it's okay if someone has it as long as they're respecting like the culture.
As long as done in a respectful.
But if you see someone down the street, honestly, you see a girl down the street, you know, hoops, looking very, you know, culture appropriate.
You said braid, the whole shebang.
No, but she has. Let's say she has cornrows, right?
I mean, white girls have weave now.
Well, white girls have But they can have they have hair too.
That's what I'm saying.
Cornrows.
So why?
Or let's
why
say hairstyles that are appropriate, that are that are for our culture.
That's what I'm trying to say. So what's offensive about seeing, let's say, a white girl walking down the street? You know, I'm not saying she has to be in what culture calls, a ghetto fabulous outfit or whatever, but she's, I don't know, like a suit or whatever, but she's in braids or she's in cornrows. What shows you?
You guys can answer that.
What shows you?
You don't find it offensive.
I don't find it offensive.
Yeah, how do you not find
I'm offended
that
by
offensive?
what you say to me,
for me,
not by how you look.
Okay. I know people are really gonna come.
Get ready to come.
But first of all, I feel like sometimes, and I'm saying sometimes, this culture appropriation issue is actually a culture appreciation. Mm-hmm. So I feel like sometimes we have to understand, Black people, we are powerful. Yeah. Our culture is dominant. For a minority, we are minorities everywhere else but Africa. You know what I mean? But still, everywhere we land our feet, we're powerful. Mm-hmm. So I feel like for people to kind of indulge in that culture, it's inevitable. We're gonna have, the white guys that are doing the waves. We're gonna have the Black girls that are doing the cornrows, whatever. I just care about if it look cute. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna wear it, make sure it looks cute. Because
and then acknowledge. I think also it's the acknowledgement of that this is from another culture.
But the thing is, the acknowledgement won't always happen. And hold on, because I want to be real. The acknowledgement of, I know this is from Africa. It's not gonna come in the caption. Sometimes it's not.
No, not in that way. Not like I'm saying.
I want to know what does acknowledgement look like.
Okay. For example, there was that whole thing with Kim Kardashian when people were getting upset.
Because she's boxer braids?
She started doing braids and everybody was like, oh, look at the style that Kim started, and all of our folks
so it's about giving credit.
started getting mad, and we're like, how come the world is not recognizing this person as starting this trend, whereas this has been what we've been doing.
But do you also? I get that.
It's not a Kim thing.
I get that. But do you also believe that everything is it's a mindset? You cannot get mad or be all black rah when you see a girl, let's say a white girl with braids. You feel like that's our thing. When we're out here wearing weaves, we like our raw Indian hair.
We like our wigs.
A virgin, virgin hair.
And that's why
you can't do that.
That's why we can't get mad at that.
I personally, at me in the comments.
Everybody does culture.
No, but at me in the comments. But I don't feel. I don't
Chinese, Indian. We all culture appropriate.
Yeah, because the thing is, like you said, sorry,
it's okay. No, that's fine. No, that's fine. I don't have anything to say.
Guys, we're working on interrupting
as a braider, I have nothing to say.
It's just like you said, the weave. We will have Black girls wearing weave from the 1st of January to the 31st of December, and we're not even talking about because we know that hair is expression and everything, and I have no problem with it. But for me personally, I feel like straight hair is a look. When it is every day, all day straight hair, we also have to get to a point where we're like, hold up,
gotta breathe.
Let it breathe. I'm wearing straight hair all year long, and I'm gonna be rah about my white sister that wears the cornrows that probably can't wear it all year because it hurts her scalp.
So hold on. So then let's put it, there's ladies out there that wear their hair straight or relax their hair just because it makes them feel good about themselves. But then there's the sisters that will look at them and be like, you don't love your hair.
Oh.
Right? There's ladies out there that really do.
I feel like a lot of these answers, a lot of the answers are subconscious.
No, so that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to hear. I'm doing both sides, right? Because you'll often hear people say, "Oh, she doesn't love her actual hair. That's why she's always wearing weave. She doesn't really love herself." No, some people like their hair. Some people actually take care of their hair. Do you ladies believe that the way you wear your hair, if you decide to relax your hair, or the fact that you always need to have weave on or a wig on before you leave the house, has an effect on whether you love yourself or how you appreciate yourself? Or no?
I feel like it could, but I don't think it's for everybody.
Not for everybody.
Because I feel like now it's
individual.
Exactly, and we're at a point in society, we're at a point in our lives, just for us or in general, where we can do all types of things with our hair. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that is Black culture. If you think about it,
yes,
like, we like to change our hair. Like we like to have natural one day with the braids. Then we can go and do the wigs one day. Then we can go do the short bob. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's us.
Yeah,
but does it become a problem if you can't leave the house without throwing on
or
a wig?
if you know how you talked about differences. Again, I feel like my hair is like expression. We've always been like that, even in history. However, do you feel like if I'm only doing straight hair, like even the wigs that I choose, you know what I'm saying? Even if you wear wigs, you can wear curly, you can wear like hair that mimics your actual hair. But
so you think
it
could be a pattern? So you think the pattern you choose says a lot about?
If I'm doing personally, if I'm doing straight hair, only bone straight, we're talking like little body wave, but only bone straight all the time. It says a little bit about me.
It
says
does,
a little bit about
but
me.
It doesn't mean that you're insecure about your hair.
It
could just be a preference that you just like straight hair and you like the weave.
So when you're doing it,
but you can't. Sorry, the point of what I was saying is that you can't appropriate. You can't hate on those that are doing the cornrows.
And then also like there's girls who know what they look good in. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, of course, some of us want to do all the hair, like, we all want to do all types of hairstyles, but as we grow, we know what we like and we know what looks good on us. Like, you know what I mean? For me, for example, if I'm not wearing my wig, I'm either doing my braids or I have my little slick little bun up or bun down. That's literally what I do, what I feel like I feel most confident or most beautiful. And somebody else might like curl. Like, I couldn't do the curls like this. Like, I feel like it wouldn't look good on me, but that's just me. So I feel like if people, I feel like if people are repeating certain style, they might just think, hey, this is my look. This is me. You know what I mean?
Another big question I want to ask.
But it also can be what she said, where they are maybe ashamed of their natural hair and they can't.
Maybe I'm not talking all cases. You know? I can't represent all women, but I'm just saying, like, if you're doing straight hair all the time, you also have to be like, you can't be the one to now point at, you know, a white sister that wears braids. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
everything depends on where it comes from, right? Because then again, someone might be wearing straight weave just because it's versus chemically straightening their own hair or even using heat. They find it more manageable as long as it's not their actual scalp. But here's an important question I want to ask. Do you feel like it's a issue, like if you can't, I want us to answer that, if you can't leave the house, let's say it's a hair day, you took your hair out, you're all in your fro and stuff like that, will you not leave the house? Like, let's say you gotta go buy hair. Do you go buy the hair, then take out the hair that you have in your head and stay home? Or do you take out your hair and gladly walk to the beauty supply store?
Let me tell you with your little head tie. Let me tell you who I was and who I am.
Right.
I was that person. So I would call you, have my appointment for like Thursday, and take out my hair on Wednesday night and go buy my hair on Tuesday. So that I have my hair done when I'm going out. So I don't have to go out when I don't have my hair done.
So you would not go out with your natural hair?
No.
Like, not even covered?
But
like,
now...
you're gonna go with your fur out there, not
like,
home.
she basically, if her hair is out, it is a at-home day. Like, you're not
even gonna tie it up and just
I
go
call
to the
in
store.
sick at work.
Yeah.
That was how that's how I felt. I was hiding. So, but now it's like I literally, if I take out my hair and I'm brushing it out, whatever, I literally just put in a bun and I go out. I don't care anymore. So I've gone to a point where I'm comfortable in my natural hair, but I did go through the process, so I understand what you're saying.
Acceptance, yeah, it's a thing. It's really a thing because I know you're saying
there's
like
preference and there's hiding.
Throw on a bonnet and throw on a little headscarf and go. But there's women that will literally you're my best friend, you're my sister. You're not coming to see me. The doorbell rings. I am not opening the door for you because I am looking the way I'm looking. No, for real. Yeah, so do you feel like it's an insecure thing? Is it because those women or women that are going through that don't know how to love themselves?
Yes.
I think I don't know about love themselves. I could just talk about the hair because I feel like I love myself, but like,
hair is a part of who you are.
But for
hair
me,
is a crown,
for me personally, if I could be raw, I'm not at 100% with my own hair. Like, I'm not like, oh, I'm in love with my own hair. Like, I'm not like, oh, I can walk around and just have my natural hair, whatever. If I do have my natural hair, I have to have it in a cute style that, like, really, like, how can I say, accentuates
you want it to be presentable.
But I'm not at a place where I could be like, oh, I'm so proud of my natural hair or whatever. So,
but you're also not in that place. You're also not in a place where you're hiding.
No, I'm not in that place.
Which I personally think it's sad and it's also like almost dangerous for yourself.
Yes,
that you cannot function without either having your hair done or not. You can't fully embrace who you are and the beauty that you naturally have, because you're too scared to see how people are going to react to your natural beauty.
Yeah.
But not to interrupt you, but it goes back to what I was saying, where like now we have so much knowledge about how to care for our hair.
Knowledge is,
you know
key.
what I mean? How to have a better density for your hair. A lot of times the reason why we don't like our hair is because it was either maltreated before, or you're suffering from something, it's damaged. But now there's protective styles. You know what I mean? There's ways that there's so many YouTubers that have literal like 20-minute videos on which products to use. So I feel like that's the good thing about like if ever you feel insecure about your hair, you can just turn on YouTube and find out what products you can use. You can go to a hairstylist that can show you which is a great protective style to use to grow your hair. So I feel like we have those resources that we didn't have before, right? And that leads me to a question for you is, a lot of people say braids are a form of protective style versus wigs, or the braids are a better alternative for a protective style than wigs. Would you say that's true? Because there's other people who say, well, I can't do braids too much, my edges, because they pull out their edges.
To be honest, everything is, it depends on your hair. It depends on how your hair is getting done. And it also, that depends on your scalp, because like some people, braids are good, but there's certain types of braids that you need to get, right? There's now anti-itch braids, because when the braids that you do get, they have like a coating, a chemical coating that's on top in order to keep that fiber. But then you have the whole apple cider vinegar thing that you have to now dip the hair to take off that coating, because some people react to that, right? And how you're getting your hair installed also matters. So if you're, ladies, here's a tip. If you're sitting in a chair and your braider is pulling at your hair to the point where you're doing this, or you can't move, or it hurts, please say something, because that shows that it's too tight, and it's there to protect your hair and not only like grab at your hair. I don't need to pull at your scalp or braid your scalp for the hair to stay on. So the way you're getting it installed and the type of hair and knowing your hair and your scalp and your skin, that's one thing. How long you keep it in, that's another thing. You don't want to keep your hair in too long. It's called a protective style. Okay, it's there to protect your hair. The longer you keep it, it will damage your hair.
Right.
Okay, that goes for a wig, that goes for braids, that goes for weaves and everything like that. Again, with weaves, the pattern and how it's done, the products used before does matter. Know your hair, know your scalp, know yourself.
Awesome.
That was a deep topic. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions or even tips, or tell us your own hair journey. Stuff that you've been through, your thoughts. Leave it on the comment below. Go on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're here to chat with you. See you soon.